I hope that you are all well and safe at your homes. Today we will discuss about transformation of sentences, which is a very important part of English grammar. You know that there are various topics in transformation of sentences, and today we will discuss about a topic which is uh, simple, complex, and compound. Mainly, we will discuss how we can tran- transfer simple sentences into complex sentences. Okay, let us see some examples on the board. First, let us try to know what is a simple sentence. A simple sentence is uh, a, actually is a very short size of sentence in which there is only one subject and one finite verb. And a complex sentence, in a complex sentence there are two clauses actually. There are two simple sentences which are connected with a conjunction or any relative pronoun like who is, that, what, or any relative adverbs, while, where, etc. So let us see some examples on the board. Let me write. Third sentence, another sentence. I am writing another sentence. By reading attentively, you can make a good result. Look at these sentences. Here in the first sentence we have only one subject, we. This is the subject, and one verb, finite verb. Here it is the only verb, so we call it the main verb. There is no auxiliary verb. In the second sentence, this is subject he, was is the main verb or finite verb, and the remaining part of this sentence is the other four words absent for his illness. In the third sentence, look at the subject is not here at the beginning. The subject is here, you, subject, and can make combinedly. The can make these two verb words are finite verbs, and can is auxiliary and make is the main verb. You know, finite verb may have two parts. One is auxiliary verb and two or three words actually. Auxiliary verb words maybe one or two, and there is always a main verb, and together they all are called finite verb. So how we can transform these sentences into complex sentences? Complex, you know, complex means in Bangla jotil. So when we transform a simple sentence, simple means একটা সাদা সিধা সরল বাক্য এবং এটার আকারও ছোট, বুঝতে সহজ, এর নামই সরল বাক্য. So when we transform a simple sentence into complex, that sentence looks longer, and we have to use more words and to express the idea elaborately. So let us see how we can transform the first sentence into complex. When there are actually various types of simple sentences. I have written just two or three sentences here, and each sentence has a different technique to transform into complex. Look at the first sentence here. There is an infinitive, to plus verb, and we eat. we eat. Why do we eat? If you ask yourself, why do we eat? আমরা কেন খাই, খাবার খাই? উত্তর হচ্ছে to live, বেঁচে থাকার জন্য. So it indicates, these two words indicates a purpose, উদ্দেশ্য, or a goal. So we will here use a conjunction, so that আমরা এরকম বলবো যে আমরা খাই, আমরা খাবার খাই যাতে আমরা বেঁচে থাকতে পারি. So when we say in this way, and the sentence becomes longer, and this is called a complex sentence. So let us write the answer. We eat so that we can live. Look at the conjunction here, so that, and then we have a new sentence. We have written the subject we again here, and we have used an auxiliary verb can, and we have then used the verb word of the infinitive lived here, and we have omitted the word to. আমরা to শব্দটা বাদ দিয়ে দিয়েছি. এভাবে আমরা can ব্যবহার করব. এখানে there is a rule, when you see the main verb of the simple sentence in present form, you should use here can, and when you see a past form, the main verb in the simple sentence past form, you should use here could, and then you should use the verb word, the verb word of the infinitive. Okay, so there is a connection between this word and this word. Of course you should notice this, and so that there is no mistake. If the verb here is present in present form, we should use here can, not could. This is the rule, and then you should use this verb word, and you to will be omitted. To bad diye dibo. In the second sentence, the answer should be like this: he was absent because he was ill. Look at the answer. We have written he was absent, he was absent. The same three words, first three words here. Then this, look at this phrase, for his illness. He was absent. Ask yourself why he was absent. Because he was absent for his illness. This phrase tells the reason of his absence. So, board dike come. Okay. So we should use the conjunction word because here, and then we should transform this phrase into another clause, or another simple sentence. Look at the clause. It was the person is the same, he, and illness is who is ill? The person who mentioned in this subject is ill. So we have used the same subject here, he. If there was a name, suppose Rohim, Karim, or Sabina, we would use here the same name, Rohim, Karim, or Sabina, and then we would write was ill. How have we changed this phrase into a sentence? We have used the subject first, and then we have used a verb word was, because the main verb was past tense in past form. So we have also used here the verb word was, and then we have changed the noun form of this noun form illness into ill. We have changed it into an adjective. Okay, so in this way we have got a new sentence here, and this is a conjunction, and this is the first sentence. which was also present in the which also existed in the main sentence. Okay, now we have two sentences. This is the first sentence and this is the second sentence or clause. So there are two clauses and there is a conjunction, and this is the main clause, and because he was in, this is the subordinate or subordinate clause. Okay, and this is called a complex sentence. Now let us write the third sentence. By reading attentively you can make a good result. So how can we make a good result? By reading attentively. This is the answer. So we have a sentence, you can make a good result. আমরা এই বাক্যটাকে রেখে দেব। এই কথাগুলো থেকে আমরা এই প্রথমে যে শব্দগুলো রয়েছে, আমরা এই ফ্রেজটা, এটা ফ্রেজ, এই ফ্রেজকে আমরা একটা বাক্যে পরিণত করব। সুতরাং আমরা এরকম বলতে পারি যে মনোযোগ সহকারে পড়ার দ্বারা তুমি পরীক্ষায় ভালো ফলাফল করতে পারো। আমরা এরকম বলতে পারি, তুমি যদি ভালো করে মনোযোগ সহকারে পড়ো তুমি পরীক্ষায় ভালো ফল করতে পারো। So we can use here the conjunction if at the beginning of the sentence. Okay, so let us write the answer. If the same subject, we should use here you. If you, we should use the present form omitting the ing here. Read. If you read, then we will write the adverb attentively. This is the first sentence or clause. We will use a comma here because the conjunction is at the beginning of the sentence. Then in this case, after the first sentence, we should use here, of course, use here a comma, and then we will write the second sentence here in the you can make a good result. So I hope you have understood how we can transform a simple sentence into a complex. In case of the simple sentence beginning with the word by plus gerund, we will transform the sentence into a complex sentence in this way. We will use here if, and then we will make a new sentence here. Reading attentively, we have omitted the ing and we have omitted the by, we have omitted these things, and we have used a conjunction at the beginning, and we have used the same subject here you, and we have used the verb word, the infinitive form or present form of the verb word, and then we have used that the word attentively without any sense, and then we have used a comma, and then we have written the sentences that we had before in the simple sentence. Okay, so these are some examples. There are other types of simple sentences which you can practice, and let me write some other sentences too. Okay students, here are some other examples of simple sentences. You see, look at the board. Bangladesh became independent in 1971. So here is a sentence, simple sentence. We have subject word became the member and independent in 1971. The cuckoo sings in the spring. The cuckoo subject sings member, and the remaining words are here. Without being sincere, this is another simple sentence as we saw earlier, beginning with by. Here the sentence begins with without, and here is the subject in the middle of the sentence. Okay, so it is another simple sentence. This is the sentence, actually main sentence, and this is a phrase. So how can we transform these sentences into complex? Bangladesh became, here is a time, look at the word, here is a year mentioned in this sentence. Here is a season mentioned in this sentence. Here is a year mentioned in this sentence. When there are seasons, months, or year, century mentioned in a sentence, we should use when and try to transform the sentences into complex. In this case, we should use when. Let us see how we can transform. It was, we should use here with it, and it is past form. The main verb is past form. We should use it, then was, it was, then we should write in 1971, in 1971, when Bangladesh became independent, and then we should write the actual main sentence here: subject, main verb, and predicate or extension. When Bangladesh became independent. Okay, in this way, it was in 1971 when Bangladesh became independent. It is a subject here, and we have got two clauses. It is the subject of the first clause, and was is the main verb, and in 1971 we have written here. This is the first sentence or first clause, and then when works like a conjunction here, and we have written the remaining parts of the sentence which was at the beginning, and this is the second sentence here. So it was in 1971. This is the main clause, and when Bangladesh became independent, this is the subordinate clause. এভাবে আমরা এই বাক্যকে আমরা কমপ্লেক্স করতে পারি. Let us see the next sentence. The cuckoo sings in the spring. We can write. Look at the fifth and sixth sentence. It is in the spring. In the previous way, we have written here, started here with it, and we have used is because in the here the verb is in the present form, since. So we have used here is. There is a connection between these two words. In terms of tense, the tense should be the same. Okay. So it is in the spring. It is in the spring. Sorry. Here we should use when the cuckoo sings. We should use here when. It is in the spring when the cuckoo sings. Then without being sincere, in this case when the sentence begins with without, a simple sentence, we should use the conjunction it, and a negative sentence, we should transform this phrase into a negative sentence. You are not, are, we have got are from being. Be আমরা জানি be verb থেকে I am, is, are, was, are এগুলো আসে. So if same subject ব্যবহার করব you, এখান থেকে আর ব্যবহার করব, ing বাদ দেব, if you are, আর উইদাউট এর জন্য আমরা এটা নেগেটিভ ধারণা প্রকাশ করে নট ব্যবহার করব, এবং if you are not sincere you cannot shine in life পরের বাক্যটা লিখব. Okay students, now please write down in your notebook this homework. There are 4 sentences I have given you here, and I have discussed the rules previously, and based on our discussion, today's discussion, I hope you will be able to solve or write the correct answer of these sentences. First, let me read. He declared his innocence. Okay, he declared his innocence. সে তার নির্দোষিতা ঘোষণা করলো. Without traveling to many countries, you cannot know many things. অনেক দেশে ভ্রমণ না করিয়া তুমি অনেক কিছু শিখিতে পারো না. My friend came here in order to discussing an important thing with me. My friend came here in order to discussing an important thing with me. Sorry. In order to discuss an important with me. Occur in Bangladesh. Floods occur in Bangladesh in the rainy season. Floods occur in Bangladesh in the rainy season. Okay, please write down these sentences and try to solve these sentences, or try to write the answers and practice at your homes, and I hope you will be able to learn more and better. Thank you.